Hello, kiddies. Welcome to Quick Make Some Noise. We're playing with Cubase B. This is part 3. We started off with something very, very boring. Let's have a listen to what that sounds like. So just mute a few things. Bypass, 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 bypass. We start out with this. Oh, interesting. Then we added a little bit of Decimort to it. Aha, better. We didn't really like that there wasn't any subs, so we saw some Wave Submarine in there. Yeah, it's kind of cool now. But we still wanted to change things up a bit, so we added some Valhalla Vintage Verb. A little better. But we need to change some things again, so we thickened up the original drum beat. Too much cymbal kind of stuff, de-es that. And then we added a little saturation. Hey. But then we needed some variances, so we brought in some iZotope. So then we got this little loop going. So we got kind of pretty flavor thing. Then it goes a little nutty. And then it comes back off. So it's going to go a little bit nutty. We added some auto. If I can find the auto. Here's our auto. Right. I got bored. So what are we doing next? What we're doing next is bop. Let's make it go nutsy. We could use iZotope Nectar again. We could do. But do we really want to? Let's see. I kind of feel like it'd be interesting to be able to mess with the reverb separately from the main drum thing. So we're going to introduce an extra drum bus. Let's just close it up. Let's put in an extra drum bus, which in Cubase is called a group track. So let's just call this Do I even need to do that? I don't really need to do this, but it kind of makes sense in my brain. So I'm going to create a kind of verb sub, which technically I don't really need, because I guess I could just do it on the reverb channel. But so let's see. I'm going to make that green so my brain can cope. And I'm going to send that to the going to go. It's going to go to drum beats, so we should be okay. Oh, I know what we need to do then. How do we do that? Oh. Okay. Okay, why am I getting a... Let me have a look at this in a minute. Okay, that's fine. So what we want to do is grab these suckers. Bop, bop, bop. You've got to unlock your tracks. It's a good idea to lock tracks as you go along so you don't mess with something by accident. Just going to use Control L for you Cubase users. I have no earthly idea what that is on a Mac. Just channel your chakra. Crystal chant, chicken bones, Ouija board. Mac makes it happen. Oh yeah. So we got that beat. So let's just see what we can do with the reverb. I want to pan it. I feel like I need to pan it. I don't know how this is going to work. Let's use Soundtoys PanMan. So let's go to like a rhythm shape, rhythm step. Put a maximum width. Okay. Let's make it a little draggy. Let's see what happens when we make it really smooth. No, I don't like that at all. It's a little better. We're going a quarter note rhythm. Let's see what happens. We're going to. Yeah, let's go faster. No, I like it on a quarter note rhythm. Let's tweak it a bit. Let's go for op amp. Ooh, let's go for squash. Crunch. It's kind of cool. Dirt. Ooh, I like that. The op amp brings it forward a bit, but I prefer the dirt because it sits about a bit. Plus, I kind of like dirt. What else is going on? Das ist gut. Ja, fantastisch. Pulling the width a bit. I'll leave it wide. Let's turn the PanMan off. That's kind of cool. Not like amazingly cool though, is it? Let's see what we can do with. What's this? Not that one. The other one. The one that I paid. So let's see what this has got to say for itself. We'll go to say the desk one. Yeah, let's push some drive into it. Not like it's getting light, is it? Let's see. Okay, I think what we'll do is... Do you want to give it more welly? Let's just bring it up on here for the time being. Okay, that's giving us a well. That. I prefer that. Okay. That's rubbish. I hate that. Yeah. Ooh. Go away. Nah. Okay. Okay, so this is where the history thing's good because I can't remember how much I moved that by. Let's get things. It's the before. Oh, we did that, can't we? So let's do that. Just get rid of that. Right, so all right, I think what we need to do is bring up that pan effect a little bit so we can feel it. So let's try an L3, whatever it's called, thing. When you're using this plugin, gotta take the diver off, always gonna put some noise in there. Let's see what we do. What we doing in the PanMan? In quarter notes. Okay, let's just work that out a little. Okay. Side of the div. So let's bring the ceiling. There's barely any drive in this. Oh, that works. There's more drive in it now. We found some drive. So let's just try wide arc and see if we can bring in a little bit more. Yeah. Try that one. That's weird. Go cozy. That's sort of cool. Go back to wide arc. Don't like that as much, good. It's kind of cool. Try that for a minute. No, I prefer it like that. Let's put a little bit more into it. Sorry, it's actually not attenuating at all. It is making it a little bit louder. I quite a lot. So what I think I'll do is we'll drop that down a little bit. If we sit that in it a little, so we've got 4.2 on that, so we've got 18.2 on that. That's a little bit too much, let's go like that. Let's open that up a bit. Yes. That's not too bad. So I think what we'll do, because if I remember rightly, yeah, there's no wet dry on PanMan, which is really annoying. So we have to do this slightly differently. What we do is silence. I'm going to send that to the drum. That's our regular send, and then I'm going to send this to the verb sub, like that. So 10.5. Okay. It would help. Dearest darling Cubase. could send and route at the same level. So by doing that, it means that we are no longer sending directly to the drum sub. So what we have to do is go in and automate one or two things. The easiest way to do that is to actually click it back to what level we want usually, and then just come in on this. Just make sure we know where we are, and just drop it down to 0. Because you never get it exactly at 10.5, but if you do it like that, then just go to the, and just in case we want to do anything else, I don't want to just cut it out, so let's do that. So now we get, so we need to, now what we need to do, we need to automate the sends. Sends number 1, level. So what we're going to do is when we don't need that bit, which is there, and well, we don't know what happens there, but we'll just keep it tidy. There you go. So that gives us that. Not a lot. Okay. So now we've got a slightly different effect going on. So let's just play that from the top and see what happens. So we go through the regular stuff. So this is our standard drum beat. Open up the sends. So we're getting some stutter effects. You can see we're not sending out to the verb yet. These two will automate. Now we go to the verb. Back to the dry. So that's kind of cool. It's not like super interesting yet, but I like the fact that we've got something different going with the reverb. Okay, so we're going to create another group channel, I think. We'll keep these open so you can see what's going on. So let's create another group channel. And we're just going to call this dry sub. Right. And we're going to send... Let's do it the same way we did that, actually. So let's get rid of that, because no. Right, so we're going to create okay, so we're currently dry, we're currently sending to both. So what we need to do is a little bit of volume auto, like we did for the reverb. So this is going to be a little repetitive. Apologies for that. Here we go. Let's just so we don't want to be sending directly. Oh, what am I doing? Brain isn't working. That's not what I want. What I want is these guys. This guy. All right, so let's just do this one. So I want the direct off, and I want the direct off. So that means they should be sending, yeah, that's it. And we were at minus 8.4-ish. I don't think it's going to exactly line up, but let's just, I'm going to give that, what do we have to do with that? So we came up a bit louder. Okay, let's go to my 7th. That's all right, I think. Okay, so the next thing we need to do, just lock those and lock that, is we need to automate the send, which means I need to remember which send it was. Number 3. So we're going to automate send number 3. Let's go. I don't know how this will work on your DAWs, but I'm sure there will be ways to do it. So let me just go to here. The same thing, it'll be the same. Okay. So we're just going to go and tidy up this. Remember, this is an effect that we're doing out of context of a track, so you wouldn't do it exactly like this. We don't know if it'd suit the instrumentation and the lyrics and all the rest of it. So that gives us the auto we need. Let's close up. So now we have a dry sub where the Decimort and the original drum signal is being sent. Hang on, let's just check something. I need to flip that. See what we've done there, that's interesting. Because our send from the Decimort to the Verb is post fader, by automating it, we've cut it out. So we need to flick it. If you look, we were post fader, which is what we had. We've got nothing coming in the reverb. If I flick it, our reverb comes back. And that's where it's really important to understand the basics of how your DAW routes, particularly when you're doing crazy effects, because it's so easy to tie yourself in knots and just get completely lost and go nuts and headbutt the screen. And they've got to buy a new screen and possibly a new head. Expensive. So let's see what we can do. It's kind of tasty, but you know. So what toys have we got what we can play with? Let's just chuck a brick wall. Okay, that was weird. How did it do that? That's Cubase. Kind of want to distort the crap out of it, you know. Let's see what we can do. What have we got here? What's really offensive? I don't know. Let's go for. Let's see what Decapitator will do to a Decapitator, but let's see what we can do. Shit. Oh, I like that. Just try some flavors. That's a bit nasty. That's kind of cool. I like that. What else will we do this? Take some of these high out. see. Look at that. That's kind of cool. What I might try, I'm concerned that we can't really hear that reverb moving around. Could be something to do with the fact I'm distorting the crap out of it. Who can say? So let's switch it to a stereo combined, and let's see if we can kind of pinch the stereo a bit. So I'm going to make this a little bit more mono. Sometimes when you're trying to do something, it's a good idea to do it in stages so you're not just relying on one effect. So we're going to bring out the old tried and true track control. This is free from DMG. You just need an account and it'll do it. So we can do a couple of things here. We can just affect the width. So I'm just going to pull the width in a bit. Not that much. Take it out. Put it back in. Oh, that's kind of cool. Let's see if we can use the panner a little bit more. Does that work? No, not like that. Okay. Let's see where it was. So that's kind of cool. Let's hear that in context. See what it sounds like. This is the whole thing, starting off with our flavored beat. Stutters. Back to the flavor. Stutters. Wackiness. Okay, we're still not really hearing that. What can I do? Oh, I know what I can do. Right. I'm going to put a little Pro Salmon on this, or should we put... Oh, no, that's what I do. I know what I do. No. Okay, I'm fine. Let's do this. This is a quite old plugin now. This is designed for guitars, which is why I'm using it on Reverb. Get rid of that. So just bring me to the relevant bit. Let's get rid of that for a second. Click that. Do that. Here we go. So we just want to spread this a bit. Okay, that's enough for me. I don't want to mess with my face too much. What's that do? Ah. Let's give it some flavor. Doesn't need too much. Use the shift control, move it slower. Right. Turn straight out. Oh, it needs it. It needs a little flavor. Okay, that's kind of cool. Okay, that's getting better. Still not where we want to be. So let's go with a little Pro Soundman delay. The cool thing about Pro Soundman, just switch it to no echo. Now we can just use the toys. So let's put a little bit more width in it. Not that much. Okay, just diffuse it a little. Let me hear what the max sounds like. Okay, so let's see what we do. That's kind of cool. I can put a bit of dirt in there. Kind of like that. Oh, there. Let's just drop the sample rate for the schnizzle. Oh yeah, oh man. What about a bit of X feed? No, it's just confuse it. Look, leave it alone, leave it alone. Okay. So let's take that out. Put it back in. Yeah. I'm just gonna back that off a little. No, I'll tell you what. Let's just back the mix off a little. Not too much. I find quite often that just a little bit of wet dry can introduce some interesting flavors, interesting depths and texture, get a little bit of analog messiness going on. It's not really the same as analog, but it kind of makes you feel the same. Cool. So, let's have a look-see. So let's bypass a few things. So we had something a bit like this. I mean, it's changing around a little bit. So we started to introduce some panning on the reverb, bring it up with some L3. Then we use some Brainworks, get a little wider, shred it a bit, whatever that means, and a little unfiltered audio. Then we thought, well, okay, but now we need to do something with a dry signal. Something subtle, something sophisticated, something with a certain je ne sais quoi. Decapitator. But we need to just tuck it in a bit, so just tidy it up with a little bit of track. Oh yeah. That's it. Good night and good noise.